He is the star of the new romantic comedy Your Place or Mine, streaming on Netflix this Friday. Give it up for my partner, Ashton Kutcher!
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
The billionaire rapper.
I'm a savage! Oh!
Now facing some serious music.
For years, the entertainment industry has been filled with mystery, secrecy, and scandals that often go unresolved. Whispers of inappropriate behavior, manipulation, and coercion have surrounded some of Hollywood's most powerful figures. And now, one of the industry's biggest names, Ashton Kutcher, has stepped forward with claims that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment world regarding yet another famous name, Diddy. But what exactly has Kutcher revealed, and what proof does he claim to have relating to Diddy's scandals? Join us as we uncover what Ashton Kutcher finally admits, along with proof on what Diddy did to minor celebrities. The dark side of Diddy's empire. Sean Diddy Combs has long been one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry. As a well-known music mogul, entrepreneur, and party king, he has built an empire that stretches beyond music into fashion, television, and business. But behind the scenes, many have accused Diddy of using his power to manipulate young and upcoming celebrities. Stories of his infamous parties, secret meetings, and relationships with young talent have circulated for years, but few people have dared to come forward with concrete evidence. With the never-ending controversies and scandals surrounding the entertainment industry, it came as a surprise to everyone when one notable figure, as influential as Diddy, Ashton Kutcher, stepped up with a story he seemed eager to share with everyone. Here's where things start to get very interesting. Ashton Kutcher, known for his roles in That 70s Show and Dude, Where's My Car, has built a reputation not just as an actor, but also as a tech investor and activist.
The first thing that I'm looking for in an entrepreneur is this somebody that I want to work for? As an investor, I don't really put myself outside of the company.
Kutcher, along with his ex-wife Demi Moore, co-founded Thorn, an organization dedicated to combating child exploitation and human trafficking. His involvement in this cause has put him in close contact with individuals investigating Hollywood's darkest corners. Over the years, Kutcher has hinted at knowing more than he was willing to say publicly. In several interviews, he has also alluded to the entertainment industry's shady dealings, mentioning powerful individuals who use their influence to control and exploit vulnerable young stars. But he never named names, but things soon took a different turn. Recent events have seemingly pushed Kutcher to finally break his silence, and all ears appear eager to hear what he has to say. With increased scrutiny on Diddy following multiple allegations from industry insiders, including Jaguar Wright and others, Kutcher decided it was time to reveal what he knows. Reports indicate that Kutcher has provided evidence to investigators linking Diddy to instances of coercion and inappropriate behavior involving young and minor celebrities. The actor, known for his calculated and strategic moves, wouldn't step forward without substantial proof, which has drawn much attention to him, with the hope that his proof would help decipher the truth behind Diddy's mistreatment of minor celebrities. According to sources from Daily Mail, Kutcher's evidence includes testimonies, confidential documents, and potentially even audio or video recordings that expose the disturbing reality behind Diddy's glamorous lifestyle. However, although it was accurately confirmed by sources present during Kutcher's interview with Hot Ones that the actor has substantial evidence that could help pinpoint Diddy's wrongdoings, the actor has refused to share this information. The actor's actions come off as a surprise due to the fact that he had been very fired up about exposing his friend's true nature to the public in a bid to stop whatever had happened to these young celebrities from repeating itself. Regardless of what his goal regarding the situation had been, it was clear to everyone that he didn't possess the guts to pull through with it. According to sources, one major reason for Kutcher's sudden lack of cooperation can be traced to his desire to not get dragged into Diddy's mess due to his personal relationship with the singer. As a close acquaintance of Diddy, Kutcher had long been under the watchful eyes of the public, eagerly waiting to tear apart whoever is confirmed to have been in cohorts with the singer. Regardless of his surprising stance on the matter, along with his obvious hesitance, Kutcher has, however, admitted that he had both been involved in and also attended some of Diddy's parties known as freak-off events. Let's take a closer look at these events and their involvement with Diddy and his longtime friend, Ashton Kutcher. The reality of Diddy's parties. One of the most talked about aspects of Diddy's world is his lavish and exclusive parties. These events, attended by A-list celebrities, models, and young up-and-coming stars, have been rumored to be more than just extravagant social gatherings. Over the years, multiple attendees have claimed that these parties served as a cover for more sinister activities, including exploitation and coercion. Some stars have also occasionally linked some awful encounters they experienced in their early years to these parties, making it obvious that unpleasant things had happened to them while they attended these parties. From Leonardo DiCaprio to Jennifer Lopez, many big names have also attended Diddy's parties over the years, and clearly this is no longer a good look for them, given the current controversy surrounding the imprisoned rapper. A name that has frequently popped up in Diddy's debacle is Ashton Kutcher, his longtime friend who has now been drawn into the spotlight for very obvious reasons. Although there isn't much to dwell on due to Kutcher's switch to silence after claiming he had secrets to spill about his longtime friend, one thing that is certain is that Kutcher had some involvement in the so-called freak-off parties hosted by Diddy, but it doesn't just end there. All the way back to 2019, Diddy appeared for an interview with Elle magazine, where the interviewer shared some suspicious remarks made by Kutcher sometime in the past. The interviewer made mention of a time Kutcher opened up about one of his attendants to one of Diddy's parties before he got married to Demi Moore.
Moore and Kutcher went on to get married in September 2005.
According to the interviewer, Kutcher suggested to him that some mind-blowingly intense, intimate stuff had gone down while he was hanging out with Diddy a while back. This experience seemed to involve the rapper engaged in intimacy with two women while in the same room as his friend, Kutcher, who was left as a spectator, even though his consent wasn't exactly given. As odd as the revelation had been to both the interviewer and the audience, Kutcher had quickly used a different matter to divert attention from what he had said, causing the case to be temporarily closed. Kutcher's decision to abruptly close the topic raised suspicions. Little did he know that the same topic was waiting for him in the future, but the man didn't hesitate to show he had more tricks up his sleeve. In 2019, Kutcher showed up on First We Feast's Hot Ones, where he was once again asked about the white parties. While he did not go into detail about what goes on there, Kutcher simply deemed the parties a weird memory lane and admitted that he couldn't share much about them. As a close acquaintance of Diddy, more information regarding the famous white parties were expected from him, but instead, Kutcher chose to keep his lips sealed and remain in shallow waters. But after Elle revealed Kutcher's comments to Diddy, the industry mogul did not seem taken aback or even slightly flustered. Even though those were some serious allegations that could have put his reputation in jeopardy at the time, Diddy handled the situation all while being as cool as a cucumber. In fact, the singer replied with a joke, stating that there was nothing wrong with it as long as it was his homeboy in the room with him and two girls present. But what seemed like a trivial matter then has now been pushed into the spotlight, with the rapper's career and lifestyle being studied carefully, along with his presumably harmless white parties. Keep watching. There's more where that came from. Reports have revealed that underneath the glitzy facade of Diddy's celebrity-filled gatherings, disturbing activities may have taken place. The New York Post reported that these parties, which featured famous guests, often concealed freak-off sessions that devolved into explicit encounters after the main events. One infamous party, an after-party from the MTV VMAs in 2005, has become a focal point of the allegations. While A-list celebrities were mingling during the party, it later transitioned to Diddy's Miami mansion, where the atmosphere shifted to a chaotic freak-off. The report reviewed video clips showing disturbing behaviors, including Diddy engaging in immoral activities with younger individuals, who he promised a spot on the grand stage in the industry. What was supposed to be a time to let loose and have fun became something different entirely. And with the sudden turn of events and revelation about that particular party, the public has been left wondering what kind of a person Diddy actually was. But regardless of the attention this particular event was getting, others have also been placed under investigation as the rapper is being picked apart by authorities and the media, hoping to expose his wrongdoings to the world. The consequences of Diddy's terrible lifestyle. After his arrest in September on charges of trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution, Diddy remains in New York's Metropolitan Detention Center.
He's locked up, now getting a lot of attention. The Metropolitan Detention Center, the only federal jail in New York City.
He has not pleaded guilty and maintains that he did not assault or harass anyone, which is odd, owing to the multiple evidence that had been discovered showing him clearly doing the things he was claiming to not have done. His attorney also stated that the truth would eventually prevail in court, which would prove to everyone that the rapper had never immorally assaulted anyone, adult or minor, man or woman. But Diddy has been denied bail twice and is currently under observation by a mental health team. Federal authorities have raided 2 of Diddy's homes, confiscating hundreds of explicit videos and other related materials as evidence as the case progresses. The U.S. Attorney's Office has alleged that the explicit parties included non-consensual acts, stating that the events, which Diddy referred to as freak-offs, were elaborate, intimate performances that he arranged, directed, and often electronically recorded. Stay tuned, there's more to come on this. Diddy's extravagant parties were a significant part of celebrity nightlife, attracting renowned figures from various fields. Reflecting on the scrutiny of his events, he acknowledged in an interview with Vibe magazine that some people found his parties intimidating, which he considered a marker of success back then. Diddy noted that he had even been denied permission for the parties as a means to get him to stop throwing the parties, but he didn't stop, and the fun went on regardless. To make things a bit easier for himself and his guests, Diddy restructured his parties to accommodate younger guests, emphasizing a cutoff time to ensure appropriateness. But these measures raise questions about the nature of the gatherings once the younger attendees leave. To make matters worse, it has been discovered that some of the younger attendees actually stayed back, and some even ended up getting harassed by the rapper who made it clear to him he was capable of putting them right in the spotlight, which he knew they badly wanted. This, among other reasons, has accumulated to become a need to keep Diddy locked away from the public as he faces his punishments. However, as the legal battle unfolds, Diddy's future remains uncertain, with numerous civil suits also pending against him from alleged victims. As authorities continue their investigations, the spotlight on celebrity culture and the conduct at high-profile events grows ever brighter. The allegations against Diddy highlight deeper issues surrounding consent and accountability within the entertainment industry. With the rise of movements advocating for survivors' rights, the scrutiny of celebrity behavior is more critical than ever. The case is a reminder of the importance of addressing misconduct, regardless of an individual's status in the entertainment world. This makes Ashton Kutcher's decision to speak out against his friend's wrongdoing a significant moment in Hollywood's ongoing reckoning with its dark past. The industry is changing, and the powerful figures who once acted with impunity are now being held accountable, but that's not where things come to an end. As Kutcher's revelations continue to make waves, Hollywood has been forced to react. Some celebrities have publicly supported him, while others have remained silent. The silence from some of the biggest names in the industry has only fueled speculation about who may be complicit in covering up Diddy's alleged actions. Meanwhile, Kutcher's allies in activism and justice have rallied behind him, pushing for a full investigation into Diddy's activities. Organizations focused on protecting young talent in the industry are calling for stricter regulations and safeguards to prevent such abuse from continuing. Kutcher's bravery in coming forward may inspire others to do the same. If more victims or witnesses come forward with their own experiences, Diddy's empire may finally begin to crumble. The entertainment industry has long operated under a veil of secrecy, but as more people speak out, that veil is actively being lifted. So far, Ashton Kutcher has proved friendship doesn't really matter when it comes to awful things, like the things his friend Diddy has been accused of, but he has also refused to give out all the information in his possession. Is it due to fear or loyalty to his friend? Griffin Musk came into the world on April 15, 2004, as one half of a set of twins. Even as a toddler, he occupied an environment buzzing with ambition, since his father, Elon Musk, was busy transforming Tesla from a niche electric car startup into a global phenomenon.
Elon Musk has launched rockets, built a major car company, bought Twitter and turned it into X, planted a chip in the human brain, and helped Donald Trump win the presidential election. What next? What will Elon Musk do next?
His mother, Justine Wilson, who wrote fiction, maintained a creative atmosphere at home. On one hand, there were bedtime stories and sprinklers in the yard. On the other, there were constant reminders that his father's public profile was skyrocketing. Cameras and news already hovered around the family. Tesla's earliest models captured attention from tech enthusiasts, and SpaceX was preparing to launch rockets in ways the world had rarely seen. Visitors to the house came armed with questions about Elon's futuristic plans. Griffin, absorbed in toy blocks and squeaky plush animals, nonetheless recognized that grown-ups spent a lot of time talking about his father's achievements and controversies. His mother worked hard to keep the household structured and somewhat calm, but it was tough when each new Tesla reveal or rocket test brought fresh waves of media curiosity. Before Griffin and his twin turned 2, the family was joined by 3 more siblings, triplets named Kai, Saxon, and Damien. The home overflowed with strollers, baby bottles, and a swirl of high-profile business calls. The children's squeals overlapped with discussions about rocket parts and battery chemistry. Weekdays featured daycare pickups and toddler meltdowns, side by side with Elon's frantic schedule.
The US state is home to many of Elon Musk's businesses: SpaceX, Boring, Tesla. They're all headquartered in Texas. So Musk wants to build a town for his employees and call it Star Base.
The result was a blend of parental ambition, continuous press interest, and the joys and challenges of raising 5 young children close in age. Even when he was too young to piece together every detail, Griffin sensed that normal family life often collided with extraordinary happenings, a growing tension at home. By the time Griffin reached school age, tension built in the household. Elon and Justine had different approaches to money, parenting, and daily priorities. One parent emphasized efficiency, big goals, and strict timelines. The other focused on nurturing creativity and emotional growth. When Elon rushed out the door for business, Justine read the children bedtime stories and made sure everyone got personal affection. Griffin learned to adapt, depending on who was around. He sometimes played quietly with coloring books by his mother's desk, while at other times he listened to Elon animatedly describe rocket plans or electric drivetrain breakthroughs. Disagreements appeared in subtle ways: hushed voices behind closed doors, a frown when Elon missed a school recital, or a quick apology from Justine when she had to handle evening tasks on her own. Griffin paid attention to these small signs. Although his parents tried to shield him from adult conflicts, it was difficult to stay oblivious in a household that felt stretched thin. Family chores, new product launches, writing deadlines, and multiple toddlers combined into an intense day-to-day routine. Outside the home, tabloids latched onto any rumor involving the Musks. Short articles mentioned how Justine might be frustrated with Elon's all-consuming work, or how Elon balanced fatherhood with inventing futuristic technology. Griffin spotted paparazzi lenses as the family entered restaurants or picked up groceries. These glimpses of sudden camera flashes unsettled him. He observed how his mother forced a polite smile, or how Elon walked briskly to avoid questions. Friends at school sometimes asked if his father really planned to send 1 million people to Mars, or whether his parents argued about money. Even as a child, Griffin realized that entire online communities excitedly dissected the Musk household's choices, parent splitting and new family landscapes. In 2008, the undercurrent of household tension became official with news of Elon and Justine's divorce.
By the time we divorced, we were living in a house in Bel Air with no roommates and a miniature dachshund who still was not house-trained.
Griffin was about 4, his twin the same age, and the triplets were just toddlers. The split shook the family's structure as Elon and Justine arranged co-parenting details. One household focused on a calmer atmosphere with Justine, while the other revolved around recurring visits to see Elon, who organized glimpses of Tesla factories or talked about rocket landings. Griffin traveled between these two environments, adjusting to each parent's routines and rules. The media coverage surrounding the divorce exploded. Business columns highlighted how Elon juggled major tech ventures and personal strife, while lifestyle sections speculated about Justine's perspective as a mother to multiple small children. Griffin found the entire ordeal confusing. Family holidays shifted location, new babysitters stepped in, and arguments flared about child-rearing approaches. He heard the word settlement repeated in whispered adult discussions, yet only understood that both parents wanted custody. Dinners at Elon's place might include leftover rocket models on the kitchen counter, while dinners with Justine followed a gentler schedule of reading and recipe experiments. Griffin and his siblings sensed the emotional toll. He asked his mother questions about why Dad wasn't around as much, or why the family had to schedule everything in advance. Although Justine provided gentle explanations, the entire topic felt uncomfortable. Elon also made attempts to spend purposeful time with his children, sometimes taking them backstage at Tesla events or letting them peek at prototype vehicles. Griffin liked these visits, yet noticed how quickly his father's phone rang with new notifications requiring immediate attention. Elon's drive to revolutionize industries had the side effect of overshadowing normal father-son conversations, the bonds of siblings and their own personalities. Griffin's role as the older twin emerged more distinctly after the divorce. He tried to show kindness to the younger triplets, often stepping in when they argued over toys or guiding them around the house. Each of his siblings had distinct temperaments. Kai was talkative, Saxon had a fascination for dismantling and rebuilding objects, while Damien gravitated toward quiet reading. Griffin became a reference point for them, as he was old enough to demonstrate how to tie shoelaces or stash candy without getting caught. He shared a special connection with his twin, at the time called Xavier. They held the same birthday, swapped stories if they felt anxious, and confided in each other about the chaos of jumping between parents. Still, the twin dynamic included friendly rivalry. Small arguments about whose turn it was to choose a movie occasionally spiraled into bickering. Griffin's mother stepped in, reminding them to settle disputes calmly. These disputes usually fizzled quickly, replaced by collaborative play or group pranks on the triplets. Despite sibling bonds, each child handled the adjusting family landscape differently. Griffin tended to internalize worries, bottling up concerns about the divorce or the spotlight. He found outlets in drawing little comics or building small contraptions from random household items. Meanwhile, others expressed themselves in more direct ways, shouting or refusing to get in the car for routine visitation. Teachers at their schools recognized that the Musk children were grappling with the stress unique to a high-profile split. Some classmates teased them about being the Tesla kids, while others tried to befriend them in hopes of gleaning inside celebrity information. Griffin got used to sorting real friendships from superficial ones. Early teen years woven with tension. As Griffin approached his early teens, he gained a clearer view of the complicated dynamics around him. He witnessed how his father's bold public statements about colonizing Mars, Hyperloop travel, or controversial comments on social media occasionally strained relationships within the household. Some siblings embraced Elon's grand vision, excitedly imagining a future in space. Others grew uneasy with how the media latched onto everything Elon tweeted. Griffin moved between these opinions, understanding his father's love for innovation while also longing for a more ordinary routine.
How much does it cost? Now, it may sound like social media banter, but this is exactly how he bought Twitter 2 years ago. Needless to say, it has triggered speculation.
There were times when Elon invited the children to Tesla events, where prototypes were unveiled under bright stage lights. Cameras and microphones lined the venue's perimeter. Although visitors clamored to see Elon, some recognized Griffin and tried to pull him into conversation about autopilot or next-generation batteries. It made him feel scrutinized for knowledge he never claimed to have. Even a polite shrug could land him in a fan's social media post with dozens of speculative comments about what Griffin knew. While living with Justine, Griffin relaxed more. She encouraged him to immerse himself in creative writing or painting. She also took the children on simpler excursions, like road trips to scenic spots. Griffin balanced these calmer moments with the overarching pressure of being a teenager in a family that never fully escaped the limelight. A single tweet from Elon could ignite global debate, overshadowing Griffin's own daily achievements, like finishing a tough math project or joining a small robotics club at school. Vivian's name change and its ripple effects. When Griffin's twin reached age 18, she made a public legal filing to change her name to Vivian Jenna Wilson. That filing included a request to remove all official ties to the Musk surname. Online communities and tabloids immediately devoured the story. Headlines speculated about immense rifts, referencing personal statements in court documents indicating a desire to separate from Elon. Griffin felt the impact directly. Texts from acquaintances and distant family members poured in, asking if he was taking the same route or if he had cut ties with his father. Rumors swirled that the twins were on opposite sides of a hidden family battle. Some people insisted that Griffin secretly agreed with Vivian, but remained silent for the sake of avoiding conflict. Others insisted that he stood firmly with his father and disapproved of the name change. Griffin refused to issue any clarifying statements. Instead, he continued living his life, maintaining contact with his twin on private channels while still spending time with Elon. The drama sharpened during public gatherings. Certain relatives tiptoed around the topic of Vivian's decision, not wanting to spark arguments. The triplets, now teenagers, showed curiosity about how the name change might affect the family dynamic. Elon, who was used to intense media focus, treated the situation matter-of-factly in private, but that did not stop countless articles from analyzing every aspect, navigating new half-siblings and an expanding clan. While the drama around Vivian's name change unfolded, Griffin also found himself in a household that seemed to add new members every few years. His father had more children with different partners, including musician Grimes. This expanded the Musk family tree. Half-siblings like XAEA12 and Exa Dark Siderail, nicknamed X and Y, brought boisterous energy to gatherings. There were strollers and baby bottles once again, reminiscent of Griffin's earliest memories. Public fascination with each newly named child skyrocketed, so large family get-togethers turned into orchestrated events, coordinating that many siblings, especially those who lived in separate homes, created scheduling headaches. Some gatherings happened at spacious rental properties near holiday destinations. Griffin mingled with older siblings, showing them phone pictures of college campuses, while younger half-siblings crawled under tables or toddled around with wide-eyed curiosity. Camera phones inevitably appeared, capturing brief glimpses of the Musk children reuniting. Fans of Elon Musk debated whether these half-siblings signaled a new era in the family, or whether existing children felt overshadowed. Griffin shrugged off these theories, though he did experience occasional discomfort. He felt like the household never got an extended period of stability before a wave of press coverage erupted again, spurred by a new baby's unique name or a surprising photograph of Elon pushing a stroller. It was hard enough maintaining relationships with the siblings who were close in age, let alone finding ways to bond with newcomers still learning to speak. Paparazzi, rumors, and private turmoil. College-aged Griffin quickly realized that paparazzi had no qualms about snapping pictures the moment he stepped onto public sidewalks or walked near a campus building. Bloggers and tabloids guessed which university he attended, sometimes claiming they had official tips on his major or extracurricular activities. Strangers approached him at college hangouts, occasionally asking for insider details on Tesla's stocks or a potential trip to see a SpaceX facility. He could not escape the swirl of rumors, no matter how low-key he tried to remain. Meanwhile, the continued drama around Vivian's name change played out in online forums. Threads debated whether Griffin privately supported her stance or remained loyal to Elon. Personal events, such as birthdays or smaller family celebrations, turned into clandestine operations. Relatives worried that a single posted photo might result in a new wave of speculation about which sibling stood with whom. Let us know what you think in the comments section. Remember to like, subscribe, and share for more. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You will love it.